Hey guys, it's Michelle with Morristown TV today. We are here with Miss Carla from the UT Agricultural Extension Office. I'm really proud of myself that I could say that without 2 or 3 takes. But, I'd like to talk to Carla about something, and I think you may be interested in this as well. We always reference that UT Ag Extension is way more than just 4-H, even though that is extremely important for our kids. But I know you talk about going into the school system. Can we touch base on that? What exactly do you do when you go into the school system that is not 4-H?
Oh my goodness, it is so exciting to go in and be with the younger folks. For 3rd grade, we have a program called Making Tracks with Rudy Raccoon, and I actually brought my little friend Rudy with me today.
Well, I noticed you had a little fellow with you. He was awfully still, so I thought maybe he was asleep. That's why I didn't disturb him.
He actually is, and when I first go in, we talk to the kids, about raccoons, what they like to eat, and they'll eat almost anything. They get in the garbage cans, which leads us into eating healthy, but raccoons are actually nocturnal, and most 3rd graders do know that word. So he's asleep, and we have to wake him up. So
Do I need to sing to him or anything? No, that would scare him, right?
He can be a little grumpy sometimes, but usually once I get him out, he's so sleepy. But then he sees all the boys and girls or a special friend. He gets so excited.
Hi, Rudy. Can I shake his hand?
Sure.
It's very nice to meet you. Oh, my goodness. I like Rudy.
Rudy's an angel. And the thing is, and I do want to stress this, he's cute and cuddly, but I do make a point. They're wild animals. We don't feed them. You'll attract more. They're dangerous. And I do carry a picture of a really nasty looking mean raccoon because I don't want the kids to think, this is different. And they do realize it's a puppet, but we don't want, I would just.
We don't want them to say, Mom, Dad, I would like to have a raccoon as a pet, just like Rudy.
Even though some people do have raccoons as pets, no, it's not a good idea.
Yeah, it's not encouraged. Well, what are some of the things that Rudy, in addition to eating healthy, I love that, talking about garbage can and everything, what are some of the other things that Rudy can teach the kids?
Okay, so they each get a workbook, and it's theirs to take home. The first lesson.
Okay, so they can share the things they learn with Mom and Dad.
Absolutely. The second lesson, we talk about washing paws and how important it is to wash our hands, and they actually teach Rudy how to wash his paws correctly and why that's important. We talk about whole grains and fiber and why that's important. There is a lesson on calcium. So Rudy does have a little bandit mask on, so they all get to become milk mustache bandits. And I give them a little mustache sticker, and they all put them on. It's just they love it.
I bet they do. Well, now, let me ask you this. It's been a minute or two, obviously, since I was in school. So what class does this fall under? Do you go in and talk to the kids while they're in science class, or is there a certain time frame? Do you go class to class? Is it a group setting in the gym? How exactly does it work?
I have been very blessed. I work with 2 different school counselors, and they invite me in, and I have 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade programs. So they are kind enough to share their time with me, so it doesn't take away from the math or the reading. And I had one little guy, and it's just going to stick in my heart. Miss Carla, why don't they teach us this in school? And I said, well, they have got really important jobs, the math, the reading, the science. He said, but this is like science. And I told him, I said, we need to thank Miss Yunt for sharing her time with Rudy.
Well, that was very insightful of that young man. But, it is true. Of course, science and math and English, those are extremely important. But kids need to know how to properly wash their hands, how to brush their teeth, how to eat healthy. Because, and it's sad to say, a lot of times kids don't get this stuff at home. That's awful to say, but it is what it is, right?
It is what it is, and they love it. We make it fun. There's a food safety part in that, so they actually learn about, keeping their food safe, physical activity, how important that is. And so what things would Rudy do to stay physically active? He would run and climb trees. Well, what about sit-ups? And believe it or not, Rudy can do sit-ups. He is very good with the sit-ups.
He does them way better than I do.
But they do. We try to make it fun, but it sticks with them. Yeah. It really does.
Well, I think that's the key to teaching a child anything is you make it fun. If it's boring, if it's like a chore, if it's a have to, no. But you put a little fun and laughter and humor in it, it takes a long way. Well, you did mention that Rudy goes to 3rd grade. Does he also do 4th and 5th, or do you have different programs or different little people for the other grades?
Well, Rudy is the only, and I wish I could do the voice. I can't do that. But for fourth and fifth grade, we have Power You. So we're giving you the power to, and that knowledge to make healthy choices. And it follows along the same basic, choosing those healthy foods, getting enough exercise or physical activity in your life, washing your hands. With fourth and fifth grade, we take it a little bit further. They learn about calcium in third, but in fourth and fifth, well, why is that important? And where do I get my calcium? So
Well, let me ask you this. And again, I know you take this in, Rudy. I didn't mean to call you an it, honey. I know you take Rudy and all your materials into the school systems, but what about if there's a parent who has a homeschooled child? Or, I mean, do they have access to this, or do you have literature that you can share with others?
I can absolutely just contact the office, me in particular, and I can get any literature out to you. And it was the other day, someone asked about the same question. When you call our office, all the information we have is research-based from the University of Tennessee. At our you actually can call that. You have the entire University of Tennessee at your fingertips with the knowledge that they have.
You know, and I know, too, we've talked about, of course, you think UT Ag, you think of 4-H, and that is an extremely important program. That's the first public speaking I ever did. Did I tell you that? No. Yes, the first speech I ever did, I was telling people how to make biscuits when I was in fourth grade, but that was another story for another time. But anyhow, but again, you do have 4-H. You have Carla with all of these amazing programs where she goes out into the community. But then again, we have Manny Bedwell. Manny does, just briefly touch on some of the many things that Manny does.
Well, yesterday I was able to partner with him. We went to Morristown Housing at the community. They have a community garden. So Manny took some cool season plants, and the kids that were there that day got to help plant in that garden. So they're going to have broccoli and lettuce and things like that they're going to be able to harvest and share and eat. Then I took over with the nutrition part, and they got to make spinach flowers and try spinach, and they tried broccoli, and they tried cauliflower. So it was just amazing.
Well, you know, and I would think, too, that if kids, if they're at school or they're at home and it's like, eat this broccoli, and they're going to be like, ugh. Right. If they grow it themselves, that's going to put a whole new spin on it, right? So, again, there are so many amazing things at the University of Tennessee Extension Office. You guys are housed on the second floor in the courthouse, right? What's the phone number?
586-6111.
You know, again, these are just a few of the many things available to you. And like she said, I think you hit the nail on the head. The University of Tennessee is a phone call away from you on so many different levels. Carla, thank you. And Rudy, honey, it's so nice to meet you. You are so precious. But thank you for what you do. And thanks for hanging out with me. But more importantly, thank you for what you do and the love and the passion that you have to teach these kids in Hamlin County. So you keep up the good work.
Thank you. And I do. I love my job.
It shows. It absolutely does. And to you, thank you so much for staying tuned to Morristown TV today, Channel 7. If it weren't for you, we wouldn't be here bringing you important information about things happening in your hometown. Stay tuned, friends, and we'll see you next time.